You also give some advice that says you say to think face up, not face down, and I'm curious what that means. Is that some like reference to just drinking too much on the job?
I don't think I've made any drinking jokes in this one. But yeah,
That's
if
what
you're
was missing from the book.
there, you go. Next edition.
Next
I
edition.
mean, if I'm coming into an office, and again, when I watch the videos of companies like Citrix and LinkedIn that have spent millions of dollars redesigning their offices,
Yeah.
I think Citrix, this was interesting. So pre-pandemic, their headquarters, I think it was in Manhattan. 70% of the space was dedicated to face down individual work, desks and cubicles, whatever.
Right.
Now they inverted it. Now
Right.
70% of the space is for face up. So I'm talking to colleagues, I'm meeting with them, we're brainstorming. It's a physical meeting. It's not checking email. Because you can argue you can do that from home, right?
Right.
What's the point? So yeah, if you're going into the office, you do want to be more face up as opposed to face down. And I think that business travel in general is going to be more purposeful, right? If it's employee training, yeah, I can do that online, but we both know that people are going to be checking their phones and not paying attention, not get as much out of it.
Right.
But there are other instances in which, you know what, it's Friday, it's a half day, or it's the day before Thanksgiving. Traffic's going to be crazy. Why don't we do it in this way? So there are going to be these judgment calls that managers have to make, and you're going to see some inequities, right? Well, how come they have to come in? We don't have to come in. And in fact, I discovered this working on the new book, something like actually it's 100%, according to a University of Chicago study, 100% of IT jobs can be performed remotely.
Hmm.
So that's a tough one because those folks are very much in demand. So certain things like physical security, if you're a chef, that's kind of hard to do remotely. Maybe in 10 years we'll have robotic arms that we can control. But I just don't see how you get around. Just because you can do something in a purely remote fashion doesn't mean that you should. And if you look at the companies that have been successful, they've been building up muscle memory for remote work for years. I'm talking about Automatic or GitLab. Those two
Right.
companies are consistently sort of media darlings, and
Right.
their managers are talking on shows like CNBC all the time. They didn't just hit a switch. They've been building up for this for a long time. So hybrid is hard because of proximity bias and some of the things that I mentioned. So hopefully my book helps people get their arms around this and, as I said, improve their batting averages.